Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here and welcome to today's webinar on how to scale up your video translation. I'm Amanda Etheridge. I work in the marketing department of WHP, and I'll give you a very short description of who we are. WHP has been in the localization industry since 1994, and with its current owner and CEO, Dominique Trouche, the company has gone from being a multi-market localization provider to a more specialized one, and in more specifically in the fields of e-learning, software, technical documentation, and more specifically data. Another of Dominique Trouche's favorite subjects and focuses is innovation. And we're here today to talk about the latest release at WHP, which is called Agile Video, a new product since 2022. So you're one of the first few to see this new solution. I'm going to let Fred explain you all about it. Fred Valnet is our product manager. He knows the localization world well. He's been in it for 20 years. He's been with WHP for 14, am I right?
Yeah, just over 14 years, indeed.
Right, 14 years. He knows a lot about Dieter as well, and all the techno solutions developed at WHP. Now, before we jump in, just a few housekeeping rules that you probably know by heart by now. Please keep your sound muted for the duration of the presentation. You may make your comments and your questions in the chat box, and we will either address them right away or wait until the end. And to break the ice, we'd love to know where you're from, which company, and how many instructional videos you have in-house, and how many languages are they available in. That would give us a very good indication of your challenges to come.
So you can use the chat to reply.
Yes, perfect. Okay, Fred.
Yep, I'm going to be sharing my screen.
I should, I guess, stop sharing mine. There you go.
I think it will override.
Okay.
Okay, good. Can everyone see my screen? Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. Hi, everyone. Glad you could make it. It's nearly Christmas, so wishing you a nice Christmas holidays for those who are lucky to go on holiday this week or next week in advance. So welcome to this webinar. We already gave a webinar on Agile Video in June, I believe, which was a little bit more technical. We went into Oxygen and different XML formats, data. We went into technical details. This webinar will be a little bit shorter. Hopefully, I'll try to keep it as short as possible. And we'll talk about the video industry, how video rocks the world, but then, you know, it's not internationalized as it should. How video is expensive as well, and how we, based on all those facts, we developed a solution called Agile Video, which should help many of you localize your video in different languages. So the first slide is video rocks the world. There are many, many facts that you've all heard that the new generation, and even I must admit that I watch too many videos, content on YouTube, and I tend to read less and less. But the newer generation, they're even more eager to go and you know, take all those videos, watch. So YouTube, Twitch, streaming platforms. So videos in all form, virtual reality, augmented reality, streaming, tutorials, they're getting all ever so popular. it's a fact. I mean, there's no denying. We even see among our customers, quite large companies, international companies, they manage their own YouTube channel. They have quite a few subscribers, actually. Some of them have up to 600,000, which is for a business, international business, who's not into just YouTube, creating YouTube content is quite a lot. So they're publishing tutorials, training sessions. They're giving live tutorials as well, live YouTube sessions. Yeah, it's almost the way to go for large organizations now. I have one personal example. A few months ago, we bought a printer. I think it's a Canon printer. And yeah, of course, I had kids at home, they're printing a lot. And yeah, 2 months later, we had to change the cartridges. Well, where's the quick start guide? I threw the boxes away, the printed quick start guide, where is it? I don't know anymore. So yeah, first, what do you do first, actually? Well, you go to Google, you go to video, and you type in, a Canon reference and blah, blah, blah. And then you end up on YouTube, finding a really quickly YouTube tutorial. And then, just taking my mobile phone, the YouTube video, and then I managed to change the cartridges. Well, you might think, it's easy to change cartridges on the printer. Well, actually it isn't, because you have to press 2 buttons for 10 seconds, and then not 8 and not 6, and then 1 button for 6 or 5 seconds, not 4, not 8. And then, yeah, the cartridges move, then you replace the cartridges. Well, it takes a bit of time, but watching a video, watching someone else do it, or a recording of the tutorial with a nice voice, and telling you what to do, that makes things easier. And within 5 minutes, presto, cartridges changed. So how-to videos are surely getting ahead of quick start guides, and we do see. Customers still need for products to print quick start guides, and it is compulsory to have a quick start guide sent along with the product. But there are sometimes QR codes where you can just flash and go to the video explaining how everything works. Even onboard automotive is now full of videos. So you just, instead of opening your guide, paper guide, you just press on your screen and just type in your question, and it will point to a video, and you play the video. Stellantis is moving on to 100% video content for the users. So videos are also known to reduce the number of support tickets. The more, if your client can find a video really quickly and find a solution to their problem, they're less likely to open a ticket. So yeah, it will reduce the amount of tickets you will have. And according to surveys, 80% of businesses report a good return on investment on video. So investing in video content can be rewarding. Yeah, I have a quick question. You can reply in the chat. What is your #1 search engine when you're looking for a quick how-to guide? Would it be for your washing machine, for your dishwasher, for your printer, for your mobile phone, or just tell us? Is it YouTube? Are you going to go and look for the guide that was sent along, the printed guide? Just tell us. Quite interesting. Yeah, although video, it is obvious that videos are better than long speech. What does it take to produce a really nice video? What do you need? You need a storyboard. Pretty easy. I mean, if it's a short tutorial, you more or less know what you want to record. A scenario for longer tutorials, and a script. A video camera, you do need a video camera. You need a screen grab software, a good screen grab software, and you need a video editor. You can actually produce your own tutorials pretty easily. It doesn't take, video editing tools now are user-friendly, so you can actually manage it yourself. You add a little bit of music, a little bit of special effects, and presto. But is it really enough? Is there something missing there? perhaps if you have someone telling your story, if you have a voice telling your story, perhaps this is the key to a punchy video, to something that that will attract users. For short tutorials, you could do with just small recording and then on-screen text, but for longer tutorials, you do need a voiceover. So there's no replacement for a voiceover. Let's move on to the next slide. How do you get a nice voiceover? Well, you have to find your voice, the right voice talent. You have to nail down pronunciation. Do you want like a US native, but you want, so you have to select the voice talents. You have to make sure they're available in the long term, because if you want to have updates, if you're changing your product name, if you're changing some wording, you have to go and back and hire the voice talent again. You have to book a recording studio. Some voice talents do have recording facilities, but most of the time, if it's a long recording, you have to have recording studios, audio engineers that will mix your audio with the video. Voice talents will send you separate WAV files, and you have to mix all together and just throw it in the video. It's not as easy as it seems. And yeah, of course, if you're not happy, just like I said, you have to do it all over again. So it's a very expensive process. And if you're just thinking of English, it's already quite expensive. We mentioned that there's a good return on investment, but if you're thinking of having more languages, 10, 12 languages, it will get very expensive and very difficult to manage. This will cost you a lot of money. We'll see that exactly why. We'll go into details to see why exactly this is. So according to studies, again, 70%, 75, up to 75%, I think it's grown actually, 75% of corporate videos and tutorial remain in English. No translation at all. Go to the, well, I couldn't name any companies here, but go to their YouTube channels and there's just one language, maybe automated subtitles, maybe subtitles, captions in English and French, maybe, but certainly no options to view the videos with a nice voiceover in French, English, Dutch, Spanish, Chinese. So most of the time, and also what we realize is that most of the time the content in English is never updated. So the videos, they're just there for years and years, and then new videos come on top. And the old content is not updated, meaning it's probably replaced by new videos, but it has a cost. So it seems that not all companies have found their way to truly internationalize their so important video contents. Let's see why exactly. Because it's just too expensive, and that's the question. But what if there was an agile solution? We'll see why. Sorry, in the next slide, I got this wrong. We'll go into detail. So why this is so expensive? But now I'd like to talk about the agile video solutions that will you can, with this solution, you can maintain, update, and publish your video content into any language. And we've done some estimations. It's a tenth of the cost of having a standard multimedia localization process, so sending to voice talents recording studio. So what if you could choose your voice, just any voice? Pick, we have over 400 voices, neural voices. We'll go into details as well concerning the neural voices, and publish your video content with voiceover and a perfect pronunciation within no time. 5 minutes of video content is around 50 seconds of computer processing. What if you could integrate your video content into a CMS to illustrate your standard documentation? So we designed the Agile video solution so it is easy to integrate into standard CCMS that are data orientated. We'll see that again in more details if you follow the few slides that will come after those slides. So we worked on an automated solution that uses the power of structured XML. We're using SSML, so I don't want to go into too much details, but some acronyms will ring a bell to some of you. maybe not to everyone. Neural voices, so we used to call those synthetic voices. Neural meaning there's a artificial intelligence in the background. Many people have recorded their human voice, and then the system can pick the best pronunciation. It's really just like a little bit like machine translation and a large database of samples. And all this will enables you to publish videos into any language at a press of a button, almost. So now let's go back and see why the video translation takes time and also requires a large budget. In orange, you see that all the those orange logos, icons are expensive. The audio script is not expensive, but voice talents are very expensive. Studios, recording engineers. So you start with a video and a script. And well, creating the video can be expensive, but tutorials are not so expensive. But then you have to align everything, produce everything, and then in the end you have the videos. But then what happens if you get an update? So if you get an update, you have to do it all over again. If you're like, okay, I'm listening to that video, we shouldn't have said this, let's change it. Well, you have to make sure the voice talent is available. You have to book the studio again and re-record. It's the same price as the original recording, more or less. So here's a diagram of Agile video and how we automated video translation. So we do start from a video. We need a script, a video transcript, and we need a source video. Then we create synced captions, so subtitles. Based on the subtitles, we create a XML file, which will contain the captions, the text that will appear on the screen for accessibility, for example. And then we'll have a second line with the text that will contain the text that will be sent to the API of the neural voice engine for recording. Then you do need to, once we have everything set up, we do a publication test into, most of the time it will be English. So it's published into English, and make sure that everything is in place. The video sounds nice. We'll have a look at everything, at those videos as well. We'll do a live demo, and just to make sure that everything is really nicely published. Once this is published, in the container, you have what we call a topic or an XML file that is to be sent to translation. So we do recommend sending this to a human translator. Avoid machine translation, because you'll have a line for subtitles, and subtitles can be tricky to translate. If you've seen picked subtitles for your movie, and some of them have been machine translated, it's not bad, but you'll see that there are some issues with the context of the video. And of course, the second line is the line that will be sent to recording, so it has to be slightly adapted. So once this is all nicely sent to translation, it comes back from translation, you just get the topic or the XML file back, it goes back into the folder, and then you just press and publish it, and it will publish the video. Well, it looks like, I mean, it sounds like magic. It is almost, but there's a lot of processing in the background. So there's a bit of XSLT, for those who know transformations. We rely on a Data OT, so open toolkit specializations. There's a bit of a Java programming in the background. There's SSML as well, standard. So this is the standard for the neural voice recording, text-to-speech recording engine, so TTS, text-to-speech. Yeah, we rely on some automated and open video editing tools such as FFmpeg. I'm not going to give you all the ingredients of the recipe. I could, but the recipe is a little bit more complicated than it sounds. But the idea is to get a product that is easy to use. Well, it's the recording and the production of the video is fully automated. What is not automated is the translation. We do insist on human translation and the production of the video as well, and the production and also getting a transcript, providing a transcript. So let's go into the live videos. We actually designed Agile video using one of our tutorial. It's called the Augmented Review tutorial. The Augmented Review is one of our product that allows external reviewers to review bilingual contents, data content. So it's published in HTML. We send links to the reviewers, or the reviewers access through a web application. And let's just play the tutorial. It's the original tutorial we created. We haven't changed it. We have a new augmented review version coming out. We haven't changed it. I did try to record. I think this is the original one. So you'll probably hear like a faint voice in the background. And there's no audio at all. Okay, now it's playing. So you'll see the mouse moving. It's slow to start, but if I move a little bit further here. Okay, here we go. So images. Maybe you can hear a voice. It's yeah, first try to record something, but person is not a native English speaker. I'm not a native English speaker, and yeah, I mean it's not okay. So what do we do here? We get our script, because we do have a script that can also be displayed as subtitles. I'm not displaying it here as a subtitle, but we just throw it in Agile video, and then we okay, and we do our first publication test. So we kind of convert the subtitles to XML. We do convert, actually, not kind of, and we do a little bit of tweaking between the subtitles and what is going to be sent to the voiceover engine. So you might see some differences between the subtitle and the what is pronounced by the voice. And we do a first publication test. This is actually our first publication test, where we actually included different voices. So it will start, the video will start with a female voice, and then go on with a male voice. Those are synthetic voices, neural voices. It's better to say neural now, voices. It sounds better, actually. So let's go and listen to the...
When you click the provided link, you get to Augmented Review homepage.
Here, you can see the map of your document with all associated topics. Green or black topics are topics where no new content was translated. Red topics are topics where newly translated content must be reviewed.
So it sounds all right, actually. It's not that bad. So it's a mix of voices, US accents, slight US accents. You could pick from, I think we have over 50 voices in English, different accents. So based on the source video and the script, converted to XML, then we get this type of video. We also, during the first phase, the publication test, we work on keywords. So like product names, just like augmented review, specific words that you may think might require a specific pronunciation in all languages. So for example, here, augmented review, we wanted to have pronounced in a kind of a similar way in all languages. So in French, we don't want augmented review. We want something that sounds like augmented review. So we use phonetics, we use the IPA alphabet, and we use keywords in the data content. Yeah. And the next step is to get everything translated. So while I'm getting the translations, I'm not going to send today to translation. I already got the translation, but I'm going to publish the videos in 3 languages, I believe. I'm going to hand over to Amanda. We have a nice quiz for you. It's all about neural voices. So Amanda, do you
Yeah.
want to share your...
Hello. Yes, I'm here. I'm back. Okay. So we have a quiz for you. We have 6 voices recorded in a row, and we'd like you to find out of those 6 which 2 are human out of the 6. So
Maybe-
4 are neural and 2 are human. Go ahead. Shall I do it, or do you want me to?
I can play.
Go ahead.
Okay, are you all ready? I can play twice. It's 50. Oh, disappeared. Here we go.
1.
Is a video better than a long speech? Is printed material a thing of the past? Tell us what you think.
2. Is a video better than a long speech? Is printed material a thing of the past? Tell us what you think. 3.
Is a video better than a long speech? Is printed material a thing of the past? Tell us what you think.
4.
Is a video better than a long speech? Is printed material a thing of the past? Tell us what you think.
5.
Is a video better than a long speech? Is printed material a thing of the past? Tell us what you think.
6.
Is a video better than a long speech? Is printed material a thing of the past? Tell us what you think.
Sorry.
1.
Okay, should I play it again? And
No,
then-
I think it would be too easy if they hear it twice.
Ah,
I will.
okay.
We have a poll here.
Amanda will display a poll, and you can just click on the correct. So it's voice 1, voice 2, voice 3, voice 4, voice 5, and voice 6. Nice. You see the results coming in. Ooh, interesting. Okay. 3 more
Okay,
people could participate. Is that?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, some more. We're getting some more replies. Give it another 10 seconds. Good. Should we end the poll now?
Yeah.
Yep. And share the results.
Can you see the results?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, perfect. So do you want to, you've done the test, Amanda, so you can,
It's voices 2 and 5. Am I right, Fred?
yeah, correct. Yeah. And I see everyone has not been fooled by the, we tried to tweak some of the human voices. So we actually sent to one of our studios we partnered with, and we sent those voices, the text to be recorded by really professional voice talents. But yeah, we do have some, I think 5 and 6 are probably the most difficult to tell. But yeah, it'd be interesting to have your comments in the chat, and then tell us why you think, why you picked 2 and 5. What's the difference? And, you know, if you think you may, or I mean, you got fooled because, you know, it's just too good. But we're, as you can see, as you can hear, sorry, not see, but we're getting really close to high quality voices. Okay.
Yep, I think you can move on.
Can I close the poll? Okay, yeah. Right. So
1.
oh, sorry, it's playing again. So as promised, we published into French. So I'm putting some aspects of the neural voice engines we're using. We can use different options, but some of the options offer up to 400 neural voices available across 140 languages and variants, so different accents. So we used here the phonemes to pronounce the augmented review. Here we go. And I think we use more than that. We have like 50 keywords in total in our tutorial.
En cliquant sur le lien qui vous a été fourni, vous atteignez la page Augmented Review du document à revoir. Augmented Review permet à un expert métier de réviser la traduction du contenu DITA en contexte.
DITA is also one of the key words. DITA is quite difficult to pronounce, and it would not be pronounced as an acronym. DITA, but it would be a different pronunciation that we didn't like, so we used phonetics for this one.
À gauche se trouve la map de votre document avec tous les topics associés. Les topics en vert ou noir sont les topics où aucun nouveau contenu n'a été traduit. Les topics rouges sont ceux où du contenu récemment traduit doit être révisé.
All right, so that was French, and we're not going to play the entire, I can play a little bit more, so you see the augmented review as well in context, so English and French on side by side, but this is for another time. Let's move on to Dutch.
Wanneer u op de link klikt, gaat u naar de beginpagina voor Augmented Review. Hier ziet u een overzicht van uw document met alle bijbehorende topics. Groene of zwarte topics zijn topics zonder...
Same text again, slightly adapted translation. Yeah, and just imagine here, you're viewing the results and you're like, oh, no, topics doesn't work in Dutch. It's a really bad word. Do not use that. I want a different word. Well, imagine if you had to go back to the recording studio and say, well, we don't want that. But the studio will go, oh, well, but you approve the text, so you approve the translation, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. Here, you just change. It's just like find and replace, changing topics by, paginas or something like that in Dutch. And then here you go. I think next slide is...
Wanneer u op de link klikt.
If it wants to go to... next slide. So we're still step 2, which is the publication in different languages. We have Chinese now. And we do recommend, we can uncheck the subtitle option. You can publish without subtitles, but we do recommend keeping the subtitles for accessibility.
单击所提供的链接后，您就会进入所需文档的 Augmented Review 模式。Augmented Review 供主题专家在完
Keywords are even more important in Chinese.
整的上下文中审校基于 DITA 的内容的翻译。在左侧，您可以看到包含所有相关
I'm not going to play that long, but you can see that the entire video, and it really takes no more than 1 minute to publish a video. So there's a WAV to MP3 conversion, then there's MP3 within the video, then there's the final publication of the video, then it's 1 minute for 5 minutes, it's not too bad. Okay.
单击所提
So before we move on to the more kind of interesting content, a little bit more technical, but there are just 2 slides after this one, so keep hanging on this webinar. We currently have Agile video into productions, and we have 2 types of offering. We have the turnkey solution. So if you know nothing about DITA, if you know nothing about CCMS, you just have tutorials, videos. We're not Agile video is not really adapted to high-end marketing videos. We talk here more about how-to and tutorials. So we have a turnkey solution. So as a service, you send us your videos, or if you want to have a test, you can send us 1 or 2 videos, and we'll propose what we call a proof of concept. And so all we need is a source video and a subtitle or a script. We have also the technology transfer, so it's pay-per-use or subscription. It's based on DITA OT specialization and oxygen scenarios, so you have to be kind of DITA savvy and know your way around oxygen and know a little bit about DITA OT. I'm not a big expert, but I can run the scenarios myself after getting help with the installation. And we have the easier solution, which would be publishing the videos through a CCMS actually. So this is those are the next 2 slides. I'm going to talk about this CCMS because it's one of the better options in the technology transfer. So we're working hand in hand with Companize. The company is called Companize, and the product is Companize DITA CCMS. So for the second part of the demo, I'll do a really quick video demo video. We'll be using the CCMS for which we have created or developed an integration. Companize is really interesting because it's suited for this use case because it can handle any type of file format. It is, of course, first of all, a data XML, data CCMS, but it can also handle video formats, images, Office files, CAD files. And what's interesting with videos is that companies will extract the metadata of the file, and so you can search your multimedia content, and you can also preview your video directly in the CMS. Companize is also a full open architecture solution designed to be extended or integrated into any environment with its Companize open APIs, as you see here. Companize also features a leading BPM, business process management workflow engine capable of implementing complex business processes. And you can, of course, extend and connect Companize to any tools or solution. There are connectors to send your files to translation, get your files back, connectors with Oxygen to display your XML, to edit your XML content. Well, many things you can do. So let's move to the next slide. I may put the video on hold just to explain. So I'll give you a quick overview. We're going to log into Companize as an admin here. We're going to go to the WHP sites. We can create different sites depending on your content, so they're independent sites. And we're going to go to the main folder, the source folder, have a look at what is in the folders, what is required, what will be required. And the source folder is the English folder. Then it's translated into different languages. We'll have a look at the different languages, and then we'll go into Spanish, and then open what we call the data map, which is the structure of which will link to all the files. And then we'll publish the video into Spanish. So it's a quick, here we go. This is the main folder. Different folders, language folders. Source videos. Subtitle is not required here. I left it, but actually we don't really need it. So here, I did a preview. I'm just holding the video, putting it on pause for just a second. I opened the preview, the data map, which will in turn open the topic, and you see that you have the two lines. Maybe it's too small to see, but there are two lines. One line is what will be on the screen, and the second line is what will be sent to recording, and there's a little parameter to indicate which voice you want to use. Oh, this is interesting. So it's just a preview of the phonemes. Augmented review, etc., conref, map, or because our augmented review is detail orientated, so we have all sorts of technical terms that we want to have pronounced in the same way in all languages in this case, but we can tweak the phonemes for each language, of course. It's just here playing the video, just like we did, the original video, just, yeah, I mean, there's no audio on it, so it's not really that interesting. And now we're localizing into Spanish. So it's sent to translation, back from translation. The only thing you have to translate the topic, which is a .data file. It's translated into Spanish, same as English, but now into Spanish. And then okay, so different elements, MP4 video. I'm just playing it really quickly, just show you there's no audio on it. Volume is at its maximum, so no audio on this video. It's just a source video that is required because we're going to use that as a source file. And then you have to launch the process from the data map, run output processing, and select the correct pipeline configuration. Augmented review audio, well, we used to call it augmented review audio. It should be Agile. This is demo server. This is all done online using our demo server. So now the Spanish video takes about 1 minute to produce.
Vaya a la página Augmented Review del documento que desea revisar desde el enlace proporcionado. Expertos en la materia utilizan Augmented Review para revisar la traducción del contenido basado en data en contexto completo. Aquí, a la izquierda, puede ver el map de su documento con todos los topics relacionados. Los topics verdes o negros son topics donde no se tradujo ningún contenido nuevo. Los topics rojos son topics donde se debe revisar contenido traducido recientemente. Haga clic en el primer topic rojo. El topic se muestra en 2 idiomas.
And that's it. I mean, yeah, it's as easy as well, there's a bit of setting up, of course. You have to set up the Data OT. Company CMS is fully compatible with Data OT. Yeah, that's basically it for this. So Amanda is going to go through all the questions and gathering all the questions, and we'll have like 10 minutes to answer the questions, no more than 10 minutes. Yeah, it's almost nearly time. I don't want to hold you too long. So I'm just going to pay while Amanda is gathering all the questions. I'm going to, or comments, and we can chat on the comments. I'm going to play a quick video. This is our commercial video that you can find on our YouTube channel. But we don't have 600,000 subscribers. Basically.
Al hacer clic en el enlace proporcionado, accederá a Augmented Review del documento deseado. Expertos en la materia utilizan Augmented Review para revisar la traducción del contenido basado en data en contexto completo.
Hier links sehen Sie die Map Ihres Dokuments mit allen zugehörigen Topics. Grün und schwarz sind Topics, in denen nichts Neues übersetzt wurde.
Les topics rouges sont ceux où du contenu récemment traduit doit être révisé. Cliquez sur le premier topic rouge. Le topic est affiché en 2 langues. Langue source à gauche et langue cible à droite.
Okay. Sorry, it's a bit loud. Okay, do we have questions, Amanda?
Yes, from Irene. So, yes, so we saw the Spanish version. You still asked us for the Spanish version, but I think that was covered. And Irene is asking, does Companize Data come with Agile Video, or do I need to purchase it separately?
I think we have Depot today who's from Companize. There's no, actually Companize, can you perhaps explain how Companize works, Depot?
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, perfect, thank you.
All right, thanks for running this, and it was actually great, like, you know, this little collaboration. Companize CCMS is a standalone CCMS, and basically we've worked with WHP to, like, you know, just plug in their little the little bit of the Agile video into the CCMS. So it doesn't come free. You need to, like, you know, have a contract with WHP, and then the integration with Companize CCMS can be done by your integration partner.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I think maybe Fred, one thing we can come back on is the fact that Agile Video is perfect when you have frequent software releases.
Yep.
Because basically, well, go ahead, Fred, you can explain.
Yeah, when you have software releases, you want to add features to existing videos, so you don't have to redo the entire tutorial. You can, well, you have product names, changes in your product names. You can So it's easy. It's agile, actually. It's very, for those who attended the previous webinar, I made like a few changes to the text. It's very easy. I could show a quick preview here. For example, we have it's just as simple as going to the alter and text. And here we have from a customer. I can't show you too much, but it's a gearbox project. So if you want to call it the gearbox, the transmission project, for example, you just change here, gearbox, find and replace, and you go to the alter view, it will play, and then you just launch the process and it will publish the video in no time. This is from Oxygen.
Right. So you don't have to pay the cost of another
recording. Yeah. It's good. I mean, going back to the CCMS, it's really, it's perhaps very interesting if you already have a lot of documentation, or if you have documentation and you do not have a CCMS yet, and you have documentation and video, it's even more interesting, because then you can combine the two and manage everything in one place. That's when the CCMS and the CMSs come in handy. Yeah. Any other questions? Feel free. We have 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So I see I'm just going through the Google, YouTube. So yeah, we're on par. I'm not from the younger generation, but I mean, I just watched too many videos. North America, nice. Oh, that's cool. North America, glad you could join. 1, 2, and 5. Oh yeah, there were the replies from Bob. You see. So, okay.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Oh, good.
Thank you for joining, and
yeah, thank you, Deepo, for joining and answering the question. It was really nice.
Thanks, Frederic. Thanks, Amanda. Excellent.
Very soon.
Yeah, we'll be tuning again into another webinar, probably end of in February sometime.
Yeah.
Great. Speak to you then.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.